Hey guys, welcome back, and if it's your first time seeing, just welcome. Hope you'll consider staying. I have a story on why moms are always right, and if she tells you not to do something, it's because she knows what's gonna happen if you do. I was starting to get really sick one week, and I was going to work when my cousin called me and told me, hey, are we still on for Saturday? I completely forgot that I had told them we would go to this soccer festival that's in DC. Now, I did not feel good whatsoever, but because I am stubborn, I decided, yeah, I'm totally gonna go. I'll be fine. This was on a Friday. The event was the next day, Saturday. So I went home and I just stayed in bed, took all of the medicine because I thought, if I just go to sleep, I'll wake up fine. Like it'll be okay. I'll be good enough to go. I wake up the next morning and I'm about 5% better. But in no way am I able to go outside for an extended period of time. But like I said, I'm stubborn. I wanted to go. I was stuck in my house for 2 days, already being sick. I wasn't gonna stay a third day. So I tell my mom I'm going, and she says, you should probably stay in bed because you're still not well. And I'm just like, whatever, I'm fine. Like, my throat feels better. I'm not completely out of it. So I get all gussied up. I look pretty. I do my makeup and everything, and I go out the door. We get in my car, we go to the metro, and we get there. All is dandy. Like I said, I don't feel 100%, but I don't feel like death. So while we are getting to the event, I feel okay. I don't think it's a bad idea to be out here. You know, fresh air does the body good. So we finally get to the event, and everything's fine for like the first 10 minutes. I walk around some, look at some of the booths, and then I get to this food stand where they're selling okonomiyakis. I hope I said that right. If you don't know what that is, it's just a food I heard from anime and I wanted to try it. So I'm standing in this line to get it. I pay for it and then I have to stand in another line to get my actual food. So as I'm waiting there, all of a sudden my body just goes I start feeling tingles all over my body. My vision starts to go dark. Like, I'm not going blind, but it feels like everything's like closing in. Like I can't see. And I could totally tell at that point that I'm about to pass out. So I could just tell that something was wrong. And I felt like my feet were about to give out. So I tried to grab on to my cousin's shoulder, but I end up falling. I didn't like straight up pass out because I was conscious for everything that was happening, but my knees gave out on me and I just fell back. And thank goodness I had my backpack on, because if I didn't, I would have just hit the pavement hard. So I'm laying back. It goes blank for just 1 second, and then I get up and I'm just like, what just happened? So I'm sitting on the ground, and I never got to say thank you to the nice people that were around me that were so concerned about my well-being. Like, one lady even gave me her umbrella to shield me from the sun. She was so nice. But I'm sitting on the floor, and you know, my cousins, people are asking me, am I okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm probably just like really dehydrated or something. But I know the truth. I'm sick. I shouldn't be here. So I sit for a second and I start to feel a little bit better. I feel like I can stand up. Someone had already called one of the like official people that's running the event. They come, they get me, and they take me to the first aid tent. And at the first aid tent, the medical people that were there, they asked me, what happened? And I said, oh, I kind of fainted for a sec. I'm just pretty sure that I'm just dehydrated. I haven't been drinking water. And they're asking me questions like, what did you eat? They take my blood pressure, they take my blood sugar, and it probably didn't help that all I ate that day was just a slice of cheesecake and some fried Oreos. That probably didn't help the situation. So they take all those little tests and they say that I'm fine. And they give me water bottles to drink. Like, they gave me so much water that I actually wanted to puke at one point with how much water they were giving me. So everything was fine for like a minute or two, and she kept asking me to stand up so she could take my blood pressure again to see if it goes up or down, because if it goes down too much, then I need to go to the hospital. And she actually did ask me, do you want to go to the hospital? And I said no, because do you know how expensive riding in an ambulance is? So I say no, but I'm not feeling any better. There's no way I can make it to the metro with the way I'm feeling. And she asked me to stand up for a third time, and I could already tell that if I stand up, I'm gonna fall again. So I stand up and I end up falling back in my chair. So she's like, yeah, no, we have to take you to the hospital. And I'm just like, why? Like, it's already bad enough that my mom was right, but now I'm gonna have to go in an ambulance, and that's just gonna cost me so much money. So they put me on a stretcher and they stretchered me out to the ambulance truck, and the whole time it was just so embarrassing because the first day 10 is like in the middle of where the festival is, and the ambulance truck itself is like on the other side of the festival, and they had to just go through a bunch of crowds trying to get out of the way, and I felt so bad. I felt like I was being a burden to everybody. So they get me in the ambulance, and my cousin tags along with me, and I'm just, only two things are going through my mind at this point. Is one, I don't want to die. I feel like there's a lot more things that I need to do in this world before I go, and two, my mom's gonna kill me. So it's about a 5-minute ambulance ride to the hospital, and I'm just gonna make this perfectly clear. It's only 5 minutes. I'll get to that later. So I get to the ambulance, and apparently someone else had passed out and was also on their way to the ambulance, but they were unresponsive, unlike me where I was still able to talk. So that was weird. But I get into the hospital, they put me in a room, they asked me questions like what happened, what did you take, bloody blah, and I explained to them all. You know, I'm just dehydrated. You know, I took some Dayquil earlier, but I don't think that will cause too much problems to me. I took it all day yesterday. So I'm sitting in this room, it's just me and my cousin, and of course they had to call my mom. So my mom eventually gets there, and it's always that Hispanic parent way of doing it. She comes in, she's like, oh sweet, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, just fainted.
What did I tell you? I told you if you went, something bad would happen.
Like, I already feel bad enough, okay? I'm already here in this situation that I know is completely and 100% my fault. You don't have to rub it into my nose. So they come in, they attach an IV to me saying that I need to get water in my system. They gave me some juice and some crackers. They made me pee in a cup, all that shebang to see what was wrong with me. And eventually they just said you were probably just dehydrated. They didn't even really know what was wrong with me. But I knew that I was too sick to go out. Not to mention that I didn't really eat well, I didn't drink enough water, and I was wearing a long sleeve shirt in 90-degree weather. So I finished my IV, they make me sign the paperwork, and then we leave. And the whole way there, my mom is just flip-flopping. She's just like, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I just feel a little dizzy. And she's like,
I can't wait to see how much your walk in the park costs. Like,
Mom, you're so helpful. So eventually I get better. Then my bills come in, and I don't have health insurance because I'm poor. I can't afford health insurance. So I get my bills, and there's one from the hospital and one from the ambulance themselves. So the ambulance ride for that 5-minute ride that they took me to the hospital was
$1,000.
for just 5 minutes. Like, I swear, if you're ever with me somewhere and like something bad happens to me, like my arm gets chopped off or I'm like bleeding to death, don't call an ambulance, because I'm not gonna give them satisfaction of getting my money. And my second bill from the hospital for just the IV, the room, the crackers, and the peeing in the cup, they charged me almost
$1,700.
and they didn't even really do anything. They just told me that I probably needed water. So after all that, with the little that the hospital did, I was charged almost $3,000 just because I wanted to go out and have some fun. And you know what the funny thing is that the hospital actually gave me a discount because I don't have health insurance. They took off $2,000. So I actually would have ended up paying $5,000. But how nice of them. They took $2,000 off. I only needed to pay $3,000. Wow. You guys are saints. So I am slowly getting these bills paid off. And the saddest part is, I never got to try my okonomiyaki. But my cousin said it wasn't that good anyway. But the moral of this story is just, mom's always right. If they tell you not to go somewhere, it's probably in your best interest that you don't go. And never ever use the ambulance. Ever. And that's my story. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more dumb videos from me and how stupid I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. See ya!